One love, God bless. Fire Nelson here, out in beautiful Mother Nature. And I came here to talk to you about the importance of self-growth. So self-growth is very important. Just as the plants you see around me, we need to water ourselves, fill ourselves back up anytime that we can, and learn how to grow into the person that we are meant to become, into the beautiful plant, the beautiful flower that we're supposed to bloom into. You see, when we allow ourselves to grow, it doesn't mean staying in the same conditions that we are or doing the same routines that we constantly do, but it means that it's embracing a new way, a new growth, and embracing the changes that are coming. See, self-growth sometimes is a natural way of occurrence where we don't have to do anything and we grow into the person that we are supposed to become at that time. But self-growth also sometimes takes an outer source helping us do the growth that we need to do. When we grow inwardly, our outer circumstances grow into a better and more harmonious surroundings. More serenity is invoked throughout your entire life. When you take the efforts to grow, you'll start to notice a shift in the way that your life seems to play out. It's not just the same, I'm just at the mercy of life, but it's more of you are able to actually be a witness to what is going on and be able to put a point on why this happened, because you're doing the work, you're learning the lessons, and you're actually doing the studying to learn more about yourself and how you think and how the human mind works, how the body works. This is self-growth. Learning how we work inwardly, outwardly, mentally, physically, spiritually. This is the self-growth. So it's going to take time. It's going to take you studying. It's going to take you actually making effort outside of your regular routine of just watching TV and whatever you do to make money. And it's going to take the effort of you sitting down, meditating, reading a book, listening to spiritual podcasts or just podcasts from successful people. Whether you want to get rich or you want to be enlightened or both, it takes you along the same path. And if you're open and receptive, you will see the light. You will see the divine truth in all growth. And that is that we are living in this world as one, and we should be leading with love and trying to figure out anything that's making us not feel that way and how we can change that, especially if it's something internally. Self-growth is extremely important. If we don't grow and we just stop growing and the world keeps going as it is, we're going to be very confused about the world we live in. People are going to be very confused about the way we speak, about the way we think, and it's going to be in a way that usually is not a real healing way, because as we grow, we learn more things to help us live in a more healing way. So if you're not doing this growing, then you're not doing very much healing. You're just staying the same and really deteriorating. Because if you're not helping yourself grow, then what fruit are you going to bear? The plant is just going to die eventually. It's not getting enough sun. It's not pushing itself to that extra limit so it can get above those branches so that it can get that extra photosynthesis going. And that's what we sometimes have to do. Sometimes we realize, I'm no longer growing. I'm no longer feeling good. I'm feeling withered. I'm starting to curl up. I'm being depressed. I'm feeling all these emotions of doubt and worry and not loving myself enough. This is what happens when we stop ourselves from growing. Because if we're in a state of growing and in a state of constant learning and in a state of constant being enlightened about different topics about ourselves and different ways of being, if we're not doing that work and we're just staying stagnant, then we start to wither. We start to feel these emotions because we are no longer feeling a passion for life. We're just in the cycle of life. And when we're in the cycle of life, we can get real lost in this Maya, this illusion that they want us to get lost in. Unfortunately, especially the Western world doesn't really want us to get out of this illusion type of state. They want us to keep on working for them and keep on thinking this is the way it's supposed to be, and your work is your most important aspect of your life. Whatever your career is, that's what you should lead with. Hey, I'm, Nelson, or hey, I'm the farmer Nelson, like, you know what I'm saying? Or hey, I'm the architect Nelson. Like, they want you to think that you are what your career is, but no, you are what your dream is. You are what your passion is. You are all those things mixed into one, and you are a spiritual being blessed with this beautiful experience. I'm out here in beautiful Mother Nature. There's family around me and just love and life, and I couldn't ask for anything better. It's a very, very serenity type of feeling, and this is all something that happens with growth, a serenity feeling at all times, a feeling of being able to appreciate the small things, be able to appreciate nature and smell the roses, as they say. When you don't have this serenity, you don't have this constant feeling of, oh, I've grown, you kind of get into the habit of thinking you don't even have time to do things like this. Like, you don't have time to sit and just relax and enjoy nature and be a kid again and put your feet in the water. I put my feet in the river over there, just really grounded myself, took some deep breaths and enjoyed myself, let myself feel the cold water like a kid, just be shocked at the cold water. We have to do these things. This is going to help us grow, because it's going to calm our minds and let it be more open and receptive to the beauty of the world. When we're constantly in this social media or in our phones and in these technology things, it blocks us sometimes from doing the actual inner work that we need to do. Of course, it's great to learn, on podcasts and different YouTubes and stuff like this, I do it as well. But there's nothing better than action. There's nothing better than actually getting out, helping out the community, or getting out actually in nature and grounding yourself, meditating for 30 minutes, whatever you want to do, going out actually and doing yoga. These are the things that are actually going to help you in the long run do the growth you need to do. It's not just as simple as watching videos every single day and thinking that you're just going to magically all of a sudden grow. No, it's going to help you start. But if you don't put the action behind it and actually get outside, actually do the things that the books are talking to you about, that these podcasts are telling you to do, then your growth is going to be stagnant. So action is very, very important in self-growth. We have to have action, and we have to make sure that we are creating these habits, doing them at least as much as we can throughout a 30-day period, 60-day period, so it becomes more of a habit and less of a burden, and we know that this is a possible thing for me to do. When I even first started meditating, I didn't think that I was always going to have time, but then I started finding myself waking up 2 hours earlier just so I had time, or making sure that it doesn't matter what time I'm home. If it's around 6:30, I'm making sure I'm meditating. So it's all about your perspective on things and how you want to go about your life. You have to take a hold and take advantage of every blessing and situation that you have, because there's only one of you, and there's only a few people in this world that are really taking that next step and making sure that they are being a change in this world and really living that holy life. So self-growth isn't about just you. It's about you becoming an example for others to know that this life is an actual reality, that you can live in this crazy world and still be at peace and be in serenity. So one love, God bless. I gotta go enjoy this beautiful nature. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you can, subscribe, like, comment, share. Out.